Hi CHS, welcome to the May 7th, 2025 edition of the CHS Announcements. I'm Sam West, and this is Miklo Rosario, and our first story is International Menu Takeover. Matt Severson, the Director of Food Services, has teamed up with some guest chefs in neighboring schools to bring a special international menu takeover for one day only, May 14th. Along with the regular menu items, there will be some various additional food items available from different countries, from bulgogi tacos to chicken tikka masala to bang bang chicken and tofu and more. If staff are interested in trying something from the Global Eats menu takeover, it costs $5.25, though it's free for students, and you can definitely cut in the line. Please see this flyer and feel free to share with students. Next, we have some videos. Enjoy!
I am. It'll be on a much smaller scale than it's been in the past when it really hit its peak. We're in the PAC with hundreds of kids and musical acts, and people had to make a submission, and then it got evaluated by a committee, etc. This time it's just going to be volunteer students from a few classrooms in the LGI, but I'm very excited that it's back. Yeah, so my honor sophomore kids, and according to Mr. Losi, his kids just knocked it out of the park. Poetry that seemed to be really meaningful and relevant to the kids' lives. Good use of craft. It was clear that they got into the unit and learned something. I'm excited for those who feel confident to volunteer to get up and read in front of a big crowd, because I know that they'll really put their heart into it. But Miss Rosengrant's class as well, I got to watch her juniors perform their stuff, and it blew me away. So I'm hoping a lot of her kids get up and do it as well. This year, yes, because we really are just focusing on those Mrs. Rosengrant's juniors, possibly sophomores, my sophomores, and Mr. Losi's sophomores. If it turns into a big thing, lots of friends and families come, and we invite other language arts classes to just come and watch. If it turns into a really big thing, then it shouldn't be as hard to sign up and actually perform. It should get easier if we start to get back to the way the Poetry Slam was years before. Yeah, actually, I think people sometimes give poetry a bad rap. That it can be cliche, or snaps and berets, and the scene from 21 Jump Street or whatever. But in my experience, in my classroom, in these events that I've done over the years, no one comes to these events and walks away disappointed. They seem to be really connected with the pieces, the range of topics as well as the range of emotions. Seems to be much more motivating for people than they initially think. That's why our event kept growing and growing. It had a life of its own, and I'm guessing it'll do the same thing. People are going to come and they're going to be blown away at the talent and the writing and the vulnerability they see. And it's going to be something they're going to want to do again or bring their friends next time.
Alright, we're making steak, so I need some steak, some butter, and some seasoning. The seasonings I'll be using is pepper, garlic powder, garlic salt, Famous Dave's steak seasoning, and some other steak seasoning. I put it in this bottle. You can use whatever steak seasoning you'd like. Crank your heat up and huck some butter in the pan. While you wait for the butter to melt, season your meat. Now put it in the pan and season the other side. Throw some more butter in the pan. Turn your heat up some more. Make sure to flip it every now and again so you can get a good sear on both sides. All right, let's see how we did. I'd say that's a perfect steak.
Job applications are an inevitability in society. After all, we need money to live, and so we resort to begging companies owned by billionaires to give us a fraction of their wealth in exchange for us doing all the hard labor for us to afford to scrape by. Meanwhile, they can afford to live in mansions. I love capitalism! So obviously you want to maximize your chance of getting hired. I mean, you wouldn't want all that work you spent making the application going to waste. So here are some tips to help you with that. First things first, make sure to check the requirements for the job you're getting with. I mean, you want to make sure you even can get hired in the first place. For example, some jobs require a certain amount of past work experience before you can even apply to them, including some entry-level jobs. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, how can a job be entry-level if you have to have previous experience working in order to get them? Now, I did the math, and trust me, it makes sense. Tip number 2, if you happen to be doing an interview, make sure to dress well for it. But don't dress too well, otherwise you might come off as trying to overcompensate. You gotta find that weird middle ground of overdressing and underdressing. For example, I'm applying to be going through an identity crisis. Tip 3, always make sure to embellish, even if you exaggerate a little. And besides, what they don't know won't hurt them, will it? For example, you didn't just join NHS for the credits or because it would look good on your resume. You took it because something about improving your local community or something like that. You didn't just take a programming class, you actually made ChatGPT. You didn't just take gymnastics when you were younger, you've actually won multiple gold medals in the Olympics. Lastly, make sure not to tell them any information that will make you look bad. For example, if you took some AP class because you ended up doing really badly in that class, just say you took an AP class. You don't have to mention what grade you got in it. You might be saying, hang on, isn't that basically lying? You could say that, but surely it couldn't be any worse than all the advertisements you get on a daily basis from corporations, right? So those are some tips on how to improve your job applications. I wish you all the best of luck in getting hired. After all, you want to be able to afford those basic necessities in life.
That's all for us, CHS. Have a great day and a wonderful post-high school experience.